Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, coaches, and everything in between that are head and shoulders above the rest. This is Head and Shoulders ATR. And you see the topic, you see the title of the video. You know what we're about to talk about. We're about to talk about Shericka Jackson and her biggest blunder. But we got a couple lessons that we're going to come away from it because we could talk about all day about what she messed up on, but we are going to talk about that now. All right, we are going to talk about that. But for the young athletes that are watching this, and for the older athletes that are watching this, because there are a lot of athletes that do follow this as well as coaches, this could be something that we could take away. These are the lessons that we could take away from this, starting with what she can take away herself. So, without further ado, smash that like button and let's join in on this topic. So, I had when I first saw this, I was so angry. This is the front view, by the way, of what it looked like. And here's the other side view of this. And so you can see it here in this still frame, even though, it's kind of blurry. I'm going to just describe it for you. This is a video. This is the tape that you can show your athletes before their races and everything. If they are one of the faster athletes, and I'll get into that in a second, this is what they do not do. All right. And then you show them the one of what I guess Elaine Thompson-Herah did after that, where she was still aware of what she had to do, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Now, you can see a little bit on here. It's blurry, but she was already looking to her left at the clock. That's what she was looking at, where she eased up. She was still at least in front of this athlete right here. But, hey, they're leaning at the line. They're like, hey, this is my chance. They don't care. They're trying to get through at any means necessary. And I congratulate them for doing what they needed to do, because if one of the top athletes are out, hey, that's just more chance of you. That's why we run. That's why we go there. People can say whatever they want about the other athletes, but they put in the work. Here's the front view. She's looking down. So here she is. She's looking kind of sort of in a peripheral vision. I don't know what the heck was wrong with her, to be honest. I don't know how it could have affected her that much more, because she was running that slow compared to her speed. That would be a light run. It wasn't necessarily a jog, but that would be a moderate run, right? Coaches could probably agree with that one. So she could have looked to her right on her moderate run to see where she was. Everybody else is on the outside. She was even on the inside. But for the athletes to take away from this, the lesson here, you look to your left and your right. Because let's say if she was in lane 5, where she got to look to the left and right, she got to do it quickly. And you actually turn your head, not just rely on your peripheral vision, looking cool, calm, collected. That could be a little bit of an ego thing there. All right. Now, the other thing to take away from this, right, is that Shericka Jackson has to realize, even though she's feeling down on herself right now, she has to realize that she's got to get it together. No, we're not going to blame the fans. We got people that's out here that say, hey, it's the fans' fault for putting the expectations high on other athletes. No, it's not really. I mean, is it really the fans' fault for putting expectations on people? What's the point of the sport? So we get to play both sides of the field as an athlete then. So if I'm an athlete, I can say, yeah, I did this time. Thank you, whatever. And then when somebody puts the pressure on me, it's the fans' fault now. So it's not me trying to become the best at what I am, because as an athlete or as a former athlete or as a coach, I'm still going to be out there looking at other athletes, and we're all looking at some of the best times. We're all doing that. So basically, it's like saying you, the fans, including myself. No, the fans are going to be what the fans are going to be. All right. What the real thing is that, and that's real talk right there. The real thing is that we could take away from this and look and realize that Shericka Jackson got to take all of that pressure, and then she's got to do this. She's got to come up with her teammates, and then she's got to, oh my goodness, these images are not coming up. She's got to come up with her teammates, and then she's got to bring it together like this. Here we go. She's got to come here and realize that she's got to be together mentally for that 4x1. Because if she isn't there, forget about the world record. Just, are you going to finish first? Remember what happened to Jamaica before in the previous few Olympics. They might have had faster teams on paper, and then they didn't. People are saying they're reminding me of 2008 vibes. Well, you might just get it. All right. If Shericka Jackson doesn't do that. So this is another lesson for the athletes. If you are feeling a little pressure, we don't want to get the Powell syndrome right here, right? You want to be able to get yourself, if you messed up during the meet, wipe it away, and then get yourself back into for the next race. Then after this whole meet is over, we can grill you about everything that you did wrong because the meet is over. And at this place, at this one, it could be your state meet, your district, your regional, your sectional, conference, or regular meet. But especially those high stakes meets, right? You got to get it together mentally. And that's what she has to do. Now, let's get on her about what she did. She's one of the fastest in the world. And this reminds me, look at her. She's ranked number 4 in the world. And all she had, and at one point she was ranked number 3 because now Elaine Thompson-Herah ran faster. But she was ranked number 3 at the time in the world of the fastest women over the 200. And you're telling me that that athlete could not make it through? That is an unforgivable thing. And really, it's not unforgivable. It's more like unforgettable. There we go. It's unforgettable. You can forgive mistakes like that. But I mean, that's a major mistake. It's like she looked on the heat sheet. You ever done this as an athlete in high school or something like that? Or maybe you did that as a coach. You told your athlete and then they took it really to effect, like really to the extreme. And so you look at the heat sheet. She's matching up with people down here in the 23s. She's a 21-something athlete. They're not even really even registered on the list, right? That type of thing, right? It's like, oh, okay, I got people that are 23.5, 23, whatever, because that's what they kind of ran. That's what they ran. Obviously, some of those athletes would have been, or a lot of the athletes would have been registered faster. They just didn't have a good day, but it is what it is. They're all running in 23s. Forget it. She's a 21 high, and she's placed up against some 22 9s, 22 8s. And then she's like, oh, I could take this easy. So what she wound up doing, let the other person go. It's only 2 automatic spots, and then the other one by time. That means she has to get her, or 3 automatic spots, whatever. She has to get her automatic spots. And then you go to the meet, and then you're like, hey, coach, or you as the athlete thinking, okay, I've seen this blunder happen time and time again. If I had to go into something, all I ever thought about was the minimum qualifying time. It's either I automatically get that out of the sectional, which in my case, sectional was top 2, plus whoever got the times to get to the state meet, right? Whether I was running the 800, the mile, whatever that was, right? That's what I focused on. I didn't focus on let me hold back or whatever, but also I wouldn't have been on that top list. I would have been top 3, right? I mean, I was top 3, I think once with my qualifying. I was top 3. So that means I still would have had to try to do a little bit harder, where the other guys, they had the time, they had that, and I had to focus on at least getting the time, if not beating. So put in that other position, get yourself through, do the safe thing, do the safe thing and have self-awareness. Now, what are the other positives here? Oh, Shericka Jackson, being one of the fastest in the world this year, is going to get herself, just like she did in Doha, remember? Now she's going to be ready for the 4x100 and to help the team win, and hopefully they get a world record, because I want to see a world record from people that have the potential to get the world record. This is hopefully an event that we can all agree upon is going to be one heck of an event that is going to be very exciting to see that 4x100 meter relay. But this has been Shericka Jackson's biggest blunder, but we can say big ups to her future. And we're just going to say, hey, that's looking good. Now, here's another thing here. I'm going to have another video, but is anybody getting any Usain Bolt vibes from this? Obviously, she ran the 100 before, but she's come back down to the 100 to run one of the fastest times. Obviously, she's not yet on the level of Elaine Thompson-Herah. She's 2 years younger. She's got a little bit of time. She's going to have a little bit more wiggle room with her, right? Her birthday was just recently. And so, okay, she's got time to grow and get faster. If what happened to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, still running fast at her age, is possible. And then you could still run faster in the 33, the 34 and whatnot, and to see what's possible there. Then Shericka Jackson has got some time ahead of her to do something like a Usain Bolt. What do you guys think about that? I'm going to have a whole video on that coming soon. But that's just a quick thought here. Hopefully this got the point across, because we could talk about it all day about what she did wrong. But let's talk about what she did wrong and use it as a lesson for our athletes in the future. Peace. Oh, and don't forget, join the Patreon. We got a Patreon now and on the Discord. It's in the link in the description. Peace.